Lakes Education Action Drive is a local nonprofit organization whose mission is to create an awareness and appreciation of our lakes and watersheds, and to promote the protection and wise use. For the past 11 years, a lake festival on Lake Hollingsworth has raised public awareness about our lakes and the precious resources we have in our area. Of course, all that while having fun with cardboard and duct tape. Details of the festival are coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Steve Barnes, and with me today in the studio we have Tabitha Beal. She is the Executive Director of Lakes Education Action Drive. Tabitha, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting us today.
Now, the Cardboard Boat Challenge, this has become quite the event in Polk County, especially Lakeland. A lot of people love to go down and see this crazy idea of building boats out of cardboard and duct tape. But before we really get into the event, people know about the event, but maybe don't know so much about Lake Education Action Drive. Tell me about the organization, what it is that you guys do.
Excellent. Yeah, LEAD's a nonprofit. That's our little acronym, is LEAD.
It's a lot easier than saying Lakes
Education Action Drive.
Yeah.
So LEAD, we're actually celebrating our 30th anniversary this year, this month. Has been around, started in Lakeland, has expanded throughout Polk County, and has done exactly what it says, Lakes Education. We are functioning as a nonprofit. We've been able to help provide lakeside signage for numerous municipalities, county governments. We fundraise for projects. We do outreach with youth. We do adult education through our Living at the Lakes workshop. So we've provided a lot of lakes education in a lot of different formats, and this is just one of those.
Who all is involved with Lakes Education Action Drive? I mean, who comes together to do this type of awareness stuff?
That's a great question. So it's volunteer-based, and a lot of our partners is the Polk County Board of County Commissioners, of course, is one of our partners. City of Lakeland is also a big partner. We've worked with the City of Winter Haven, but there's also private groups too, and private individuals that show interest in lakes and taking care of their local water bodies, so they've joined the cause and participate in our activities.
Now, being the Executive Director of LEAD, this is kind of right up your alley, because if you don't know Tabitha, you may have seen her around the community digging stuff out of lakes or whatever. You know, she's always outside. This is kind of right up your alley, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, my background is in biology, and I love sharing education of our natural resources and water resources. So this was a perfect fit for me to help expand on what I love to do and share with even a wider group of audience.
Yeah. Now, let's get into the Cardboard Boat Challenge, because this is such a unique, I mean, when I first heard about this here in the county, I thought, what? Cardboard? Tell us what the Cardboard Boat Challenge is. So
it literally is a cardboard boat. I have so many people come up to me when I'm passing out posters or flyers about the event and going, so what do you really do at the event? Well, it truly is, we give the teams, it's teams of 4 to 10, we give them their supplies when they arrive, which is duct tape and cardboard and a couple cutting supplies to cut the cardboard. And the only thing they can use to make their boat is those items, and I think some yardsticks may be thrown in there as well. But so they make their boats with cardboard, and then they have to float. And they not only have to float in the water, but there's a course that we set up on Lake Hollingsworth at the boat ramp, and they actually paddle their way out around the buoys and try to make their way back to shore.
It's a blast to watch people trying to paddle in these boats, and they're tipping and they're going under, and yet even though they're going under, they're still paddling, trying to make it. Now, there are a lot of groups that are returning every year. You know, you've got folks that have been doing this for quite some time, and they've got some pretty good designs that are.
And we have some engineering firms that you know, they're doing the pre-built boats now. You can actually build your boat before you come to the race as one of the new categories.
Okay.
So they're really working.
Now that's a whole different category, though.
We have different categories. I think we have 4 or 5 different categories, and the pre-built is one of those categories. And so when you sign up your team, you fit into one of the categories. There's family, there's corporate community category, and then there's a high school age group, and then there's also elementary and middle school age group. And so you fit into one of those categories or the pre-built. And those are basically your races,
right.
your runs, I guess you would say, your heats that you would run in. And so you compete against everybody, and everybody in each of the heats gets an award. But one of the favorites of everybody is to watch the Survivor race at the end. So anybody that's still floating puts their boats back into the water and sees how long they can tread water out in Lake Hollingsworth.
And of course, if you know anything about science, you know that water, paper, and time do not make a good combination.
Yeah.
The longer that cardboard is wet, the worse off they are. So the
Yes.
Survivor one is really great to watch.
Survivor one is it. Yeah, the key is balance is what I've heard. So.
Now, the cardboard boat challenge is one of the things that happens with LEAD. Obviously, you said you're about education. It's not a one-time deal all year round. What are some of the other things that people can get involved with or learn about?
Right, and even at the event too, we have the cardboard boat challenge going on, but even at the event the day of, there'll be lakes education booths. We'll be there that talk to you about your watershed, how you can reduce, improve your irrigation system. You know, there'll be a lot of education on water information and lakes education there. All year long, we help support groups do lake cleanups. We just went through July, which is Lakes Appreciation Month, and you know, we had 149 volunteers around Polk County picking up trash on lakes, and so we support things like that. And so there's lots of different stuff throughout the year. And if anyone's interested in the cardboard boat race, there's limited signups for the pre-built. I think that's almost full. The other ones are going to start to fill up really quickly. So if you want to get your team in, you should register as soon as possible.
Is there a deadline for the registration?
There's not a deadline. It's just when they fill up, because we can only take so many teams per category and stuff. So when they fill up, then they'll be full.
You ever maybe you have to expand it to a two-day race event. You could call it the cardboard boat regatta.
There you go.
And then you just have heats for the whole entire weekend. Yeah. Well, Tabitha, this is great. Always such a terrific event, and for a really good reason. Thanks so much for coming in and telling us about it.
Thank you very much.
The Lakes Education Action Drive, in partnership with Lakeland Clean and Beautiful, the City of Lakeland, and Lakeland Vision, present the 12th Annual Cardboard Boat Challenge, where Polk County residents can raise awareness and learn how their actions can affect lake water quality. Join them Saturday, October 10th from 8:30 a.m. to noon at the Lake Hollingsworth Boat Ramp. The object: to design, construct, and race a boat made of cardboard around the marked course in Lake Hollingsworth. The team categories include pre-built, corporate, and community, as well as family teams, elementary, middle youth, and high school aged youth. There's a non-refundable registration fee of $35 before October 1st. It'll be $40 after October 1st. So for team guidelines and to register, you can visit www.le-ad.org.